Good morning everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So this is going to be another renovation vlog. It's been a few weeks since I've actually done one of these videos, purely because we've not had all that much to show. We've had a couple of things happening, but that's sort of what you'll see in this video, and we're in a little bit of an awkward time at the moment, waiting for the extension to start at the beginning of June, which is really exciting. But up until then, we're just sort of saving as much money as we can to go towards the extension. So the only things that we can really justify getting done are things that need doing, and a lot of those things are just very boring but expensive things. Like you'll see in this video, we've had upstairs rewired and we've had some tree stumps removed in the garden. Both pretty boring jobs, but things that we needed doing, and have cost us a fortune basically. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. So if you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you enjoy this sort of thing. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy watching this renovation vlog. So we've got an electrician coming to basically start our rewire. I'm just gonna sit down here. So Louis is actually an electrician himself, but he works on sort of industrial like sites and stuff rather than a domestic electrician. So there's certain things that are pretty straightforward that he can do. He can do like plug sockets and things like that, but there's some things that he's obviously legally not allowed to actually do and like sign off and stuff, and there's some things that he's just not that confident with how to do because he's never done them before. So he will be doing as much as he can in terms of sort of like the rewire. He's going to be putting our sockets in. So we've been really unsure with... Oh, he's the dog. Do you want to show everyone your fresh groom? Look how handsome he looks. Have you been to the groomers? Yeah, so basically the situation so far has been, we've obviously been in for about 2 months now, and we have got all of our plans for a big extension and creating an open plan room in the back of the house. We're basically sort of changing a lot of the layout downstairs. So we knew that we needed a rewire. That's something that we've always known that we were going to have to do, as well as like a new boiler and heating system and plumbing and everything. But the situation is, obviously I don't really have a clue how any of this works. It's like goes way over my head, I don't know. But we basically knew that we were going to have to do a rewire, but we just haven't known when the best time to do it is. So because we're doing the extension and everything, we're changing a lot of the layout, we didn't want to pay to get all of the house rewired as it currently is, because all the lights will move, we'll have to add new lights, light switches will move, light fittings will change, like everything, all the plug sockets will be different, like everything will be different. So if we pay for a rewire as things are now, we're then just going to have to pay again to get things like moved and changed when the extension's done. So same with like the boiler and obviously all of the pipes and the heating system. We need new radiators, but there's radiators on walls currently that won't be there, like the walls will be knocked down and stuff. So it's all like the timings that, like getting all the timings right, and it's just really confusing. So we had an electrician round last night. We really just needed a professional, someone that does this sort of thing day in day out, to basically tell us what we should do, what they would recommend to do. So that's exactly what he did. He came round, he said this is what I would personally do. So luckily he's able to start tomorrow. So he's doing tomorrow and Monday. Tomorrow's Friday, and as far as I'm aware, he is starting with upstairs, because upstairs will change the least. Obviously once the double storey extension is done to the side of the house where this window is here above me, this will be a door into like the master bedroom in the future. But other than that, like all the bedrooms are staying in the same places and stuff. Nelson. Yeah, so basically at the moment this whole house is on one circuit, which is all of upstairs lights, all of downstairs lights are all on one big circuit, which I don't think is how houses are wired now. I think like our new build wasn't the same. Our new build was upstairs and downstairs was split, and I think that's how most newer houses are now. So that's what we'll be doing with this house anyway. But he is starting with upstairs, so he's just doing the lights, Louis doing the sockets. He's centering some of the lights in the bedrooms because some of them are like slightly off center, I think, depending on where the old furniture was in each room. So he's going to centre the lights for us. He's going to put spotlights in the bathroom and some spotlights on like the landing up here. I'm currently just like sat on the stairs. So yeah, he's going to do that for us, all new wiring and everything, and he's going to put a new board in under the stairs, like in the downstairs cupboard. It's a bit of a shame that obviously nothing much will change. It's not like we'll see a massive benefit or change in the house. It's just a lot of money on something that's very practical that needs doing but won't necessarily look any different. But yeah, I am just glad that something is finally happening. So obviously you've seen all of the polystyrene tiles that we've got on all of the ceilings. So this is the bathroom ceiling, so they're all gonna need to come off. Obviously this light will be gone and there'll be 4 spotlights in here. I think he was putting 2 spotlights here, just sort of like centered, because they are very bright spotlights, so we won't need loads. And then this second bedroom here is the only other room that's still got the polystyrene tiles, and as you can probably see, let me come into the room properly, but this light is sort of not really in the centre of the room at all, so it'll centre this light. So we're just going to have to make sure that at least sort of the middle section of these tiles are off. Look at the mess. Oh my god.
Alright, we're just taking down the wall, the ceiling tiles.
Oh, this looks a mess in here, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's a lot, obviously I think it's because it's a bathroom.
Yeah, it'll be
a lot more glue. One of my good pals has come to change our board downstairs and put a couple of spotlights in.
Yeah, so we need to take these off because he's putting spotlights in here. Louis taken a few, like 4 off there. What time is it? It's currently 7:45 on Thursday night. Electricians coming tomorrow, so this is why this needs doing now.
Yeah, we thought because we got him to do the board, he gave us a decent price to do the upstairs lights, so it saves me a job doing that. I'm going to do the upstairs sockets, and then then
that'll be upstairs, ready to go.
Upstairs,
so when's he doing downstairs?
We'll do that when the extension, the shell's built.
After?
Well, yeah.
Oh, so once the shell's done, then...
Yeah.
Right, okay.
That's the best start. I'll put some more.
Okay.
Fine.
Great. No shower for me then?
Yeah, I've tied it off, yeah.
Thanks. So, ignore the mess in this room, but we were going to do wall lights on this wall. Obviously, our bed originally was on this wall. We've swapped it round so that our bed is now on this wall, which for the sake of like sockets and stuff, we need to know where to put the bed now. But the issue with leaving the bed on this wall is where to put wardrobes, because there's built-in wardrobe, like, well, a built-in cupboard here, which does go like down quite far, but it's not really big enough for it to be like a main wardrobe. Obviously this room won't be our bedroom forever. This is just like temporary until the extension's done.
See how much I'm sweating? My face is actually dripping. Just think when I'm actually at work, you have to wear a mask.
That's lovely.
Goggles.
Crack on then. So, I don't know what I was saying now. Yeah, so this room is only our bedroom temporarily until we can move into, like, once the extension's done and we can do that master bedroom. This will be our room until then, and then obviously in the future this will just be like a bedroom. The window isn't in the centre of the room, so obviously as you can see here, we can't build any wardrobes or have anything really along this wall that's going to stick out and overlap that window, which then means there's not really anywhere to put wardrobes unless we just stick with that wardrobe, which isn't really big enough. So basically, it's a long story, but our thought process is, and this is how the previous owners had it, because you could see from the colour of the carpet and like where was worn and where wasn't. There's more space here, so obviously this, if we have the bed on this wall like this, then we can have this entire wall built in wardrobes. This wardrobe that's obviously like set into the wall is the same in the other bedroom. So like here, this bedroom also has a wardrobe. So basically this bit of wall, this is just a cupboard, a storage cupboard. So that's the depth of like the wardrobes basically. So we've got the option of blocking this door up and just having this as like flat wall and basically creating like a bigger wardrobe in this room. So where the other wardrobe is in the other bedroom, you could knock through and have this all as sliding sort of wardrobes, like built-in wardrobes in this room. And this is like still a decent sized room, but it's a little bit smaller than the other bedroom. So then that means that you won't have to put wardrobes in here. The sliding wardrobes will be here, but it'll mean that technically we'll lose the built-in wardrobe from the other room because it'll be used in this room. Hope this makes sense. So essentially this will be blocked off. This wardrobe won't be in this room anymore, but we'll have all of this wall along here to do like a big wardrobe, have a TV incorporated into it, and then the bed on this wall. But my issue is this bit of wall that sticks out, which is the chimney breast, I think. It doesn't stick out loads, but it just makes everything look unsymmetrical and it just doesn't sit right with me. But this really is probably the best use of space. Obviously we're talking like in the future, we're not going to do anything with this bedroom now because we'll just be moving out of it. But yeah, that's sort of why we've put the bed over on this side. I mean, everywhere's an absolute mess, so just ignore that. But we've literally just started moving furniture around and stuff tonight, so that's what we're thinking of doing. And obviously, like I say, we're not going to like build any wardrobes or anything now, but we need to know where to put plug sockets, because we'll probably put a plug socket like on the wall for the TV to go on the wall, but we need to know which wall that's going to be on. We need plug sockets obviously either side of the bed, so we need to know where the bed's going to be. All these decisions need to be made. And into our lovely kitchen setup. I'm making spag bol for a late tea, which is my favourite meal. So yeah, I think Louise just said all of the downstairs lights and sockets and everything will be done when the extension's done. All of this back wall and everything will be knocked down, and I think we're just going to go with the shell. So once the shell of the extension's done, that's the best time to do like the first fix electrics anyway. So we'll do the rest of the downstairs electrics when that shell's built. So the electricians have just gone for their lunch break, so I thought I would just show you what's going on. Oh my god. So this is obviously where they need like access under the floorboards, and then they've chased the walls up here, so this will be the bathroom light. Up to there they've chased this wall up here as well, which he was saying there must have been some damage or a leak or something repaired up here, because where like the ceiling should be, there's basically just a gap that goes like straight up into the loft, so that isn't ideal. But I think they'll probably be going up into the loft when they get back, so they'll be able to have a look a little bit further into that. But yeah, oh, they've done, okay, so let's go in here. They've done this one as well, chased this wall. It's so dusty. And yeah, this one, and I'm guessing, yeah, this one in here as well. So that's all they're doing at the moment. I know we said yesterday they're just, oh there, they've put the holes. I'm just like, I keep noticing things. So they've put the holes for the spotlights there as well, which is good. And oh, the holes for the spotlights in the bathroom as well. So yeah, it's all looking good. The electricians have just left, so I'll give you an update on how it's looking. They've left a little bit of a gap here because they need to get to that on Monday when they come back, and they've just covered this little bit up here. So obviously we've got all old cables are all still in place, so all the lights and everything just work exactly the same. So yeah, everything's just still on like the same switches and everything until Monday, and that's when he's putting the new board in. So this is where our bathroom light will be. I've already showed you this, but there'll be the spotlights there and there. And he has also centered our lights, so this is where the new light will be, and then he'll take all of these out on Monday once he's set us up with the new board. Same with this one, this is a light that's completely out. So he's put the new one in the centre there. So yeah, there's dust absolutely everywhere. But Nelson, are we gonna have new cables in the house? Are you excited for the new spotlights? You've been such a good boy with all the noise, haven't you? Even though this looks an absolute mess, I feel like it's so much better. Like, I feel better that just something's happened, even though like it actually at the moment looks worse than it did before. We've actually made a little bit of progress, so yeah, I'm happy. So the electricians have just left after day 2. It's dark in here, so there's no light, but he's changed the board. And then we've got, obviously they've chased the wall and put all of the new cables in. This light switch, obviously, like, this is a two-way one, so it does upstairs and downstairs, so they had to change that one, but that's all they've done downstairs. So far we've just got all of these holes in the walls basically, but we have spotlights upstairs and in the bathroom as well. This ceiling in here is awful. Obviously we took the ceiling tiles off a couple of days ago, but this ceiling is definitely the worst so far. So I just decided to go with the white spotlights because I feel like they'll just blend in nicely. I'm not really a massive fan of like chrome and silver. I prefer sort of brass, but I didn't really want like brass spotlights. I just want them to sort of blend in. So I just went with white. This ceiling is actually painted. I don't know if it's maybe a satin paint, so it's a little bit reflective, but obviously eventually it won't be. So same here, we've got like new light switches on everywhere, but yeah, that's how it's all looking so far. I'm just gonna have a quick tidy and clean and stuff now, I think. Oh, you are such a good boy. You are such a good boy. What would you like? What are you giving me those eyes for? Oh, look at those puppy dog eyes. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a clean and tidy around. It's about 3 o'clock now anyway, so I'll do that for a couple of hours. I've just been sat on my laptop all day anyways, and I usually get just a bit headachy towards, like, well, just after dinner, like on an afternoon. I end up just feeling a little bit rubbish when I've sat on my laptop all day, so I'm gonna have a good clean up. The bath needs a proper clean. Yeah, this isn't really ideal. I'm going to clean the bathroom floor. I'll hoover around everywhere. To be honest, I think that we'll probably just pull this carpet up permanently, like we've done in the bedroom and obviously downstairs, and just have the floorboards, because this has all been cut and obviously they've had it pulled up anyway. So we might end up just pulling that up. Obviously all of this wallpaper's half on, half off. But I'm glad that this job is done, because I feel like this is definitely one of the messiest jobs. So I've came home from work today and Louis has been very busy. He's been at home today, came home from work early. So fair enough, he's got on with some house jobs, but he started stripping all of the wallpaper off, like the hallway walls. It's not going to focus very well because it's literally just plain walls. But as you can see, like on this side, this is what it's been like for weeks, like half on, half off, just not very nice. So he has steamed all of this off so that we can put our shoe storage cabinet thing here that we had in the old house. It's just like an IKEA shoe storage thing, but we basically just have a massive, well here, a massive pile of shoes that are just always on the floor, like right at the bottom of the stairs, because they all just like collect here. So we might have to remove this. This is like the telephone thing, and obviously we don't have a phone, like a house phone. So hopefully we can get that off the wall, and then our shoe storage thing can just go here and we can move some of the shoes out of the way. I mean, the wall, even though it doesn't look nice, it looks better than the wallpaper, because this wallpaper just isn't really a vibe. So yeah, that is the situation. He's just taken the dog for a walk now. So he has left me to tidy up basically, which is just great. So we had this in the old house. This isn't new, it's just been in the garage since we moved in. So as you'll have seen, Louis started stripping some of this wallpaper off so that we could get this up and move all of the shoes. He's also taken down the curtain pole. There was a curtain pole along here and some green curtains, so it's just brightened up this space and opened it up loads. This is Nelson's favourite spot, isn't it? So yeah, this is the shoe storage that we've got from IKEA. And it fits quite nicely just in there, even though the walls are all minging and we've still got wallpaper on here and up there as well. But just this area here, I feel like now I can get a little bit more of a vision, even though obviously this will all be decorated. We'll be getting a new banister, like whole new sort of staircase and everything. And I think at some point in the future, it's not a priority really, but we will probably push this door forward, like extend the door forward a little bit, because I don't know whether you can see just through this glass. It's sort of recessed a little bit, the front door, so we've got like a step down there and wall on either side, so we could actually push this door forward quite a bit. I feel like there's about 60 centimetres there, so we'll actually gain quite a bit of space at the front, which will be nice. So we probably will do that in the future when it comes to like getting a new front door and everything. We'll have a look at doing that, but for now this is much better. So Louis has started cutting down this big hedge. It looks tiny compared to it before he goes to football, because this needs to come out ASAP. This, I don't know if I've mentioned, but the architect said to us ideally it wants to be out a year in advance before you do an extension. Before you like dig the foundations and stuff. So that'll be where it'll go to. That's all coming out. I'm not going outside. Oh, I think it's locked. This one's open. I'm not going outside.
Stumps are like that. So as you can see, the stumps are pretty hefty. There's one there and there's one there. The white fence, which must have been the fence.
Yeah.
Stump there, and then there's a stump like here. That's only within the first metre. 2 stumps.
Well, you've got your work cut out then, haven't you?
I'll go back and go away at 5 metres.
Yeah. What is all of that in there?
That's them fire things.
Well, you've got a long list of jobs, and it's just growing.
Yeah, it's not weather.
Oh my god. He's having too much fun with this. And his Crocs. Look at his Crocs. We've got everyone on the job. This is Louis' mum's boyfriend. We've got quite far actually. Obviously, as you can see, it's absolutely pouring down. Oh! Having the time of their lives. Look at all that. I don't know what we're going to do with all of this. I think we'll probably end up like replanting something in front of this fence though, because obviously, as you can see before, this was blocking all of these houses, which can now sort of, I mean, they're not overlooking us necessarily, but I just liked it when, like, I like the privacy that these hedges give us. I think we'll maybe think about replanting some in like the gap once the extension's done. I don't envy these being outside in this weather though. once all of these have been cut down though, which is obviously what they're doing now, all of these stumps need like properly digging out. So this is the current situation. Look how much, like, you can see how much there is from the size of those two fully grown men. And then just all of this that we need to get rid of somehow. And all of these stumps, like I said before, they all need to come out, which is probably the main job. This is like the easy part. What an absolute mess. There's so much rubbish as well. It's all just been, I'm guessing, chucked over the fence. God knows how long it's been there for. But yeah, I can see loads of stuff. Louis was pulling like nappies and all sorts out of there as well. Not very nice, but at least we can get to all of this now and have a proper clear up. But yeah, this is going to be a big job to get rid of. Nelson exploring his new garden. We'll have to be careful with him out here. We'll probably go outside with him every time we let him out, just because there's like rubbish and stuff down there. We don't really know what there actually is. So it's been quite a while since I filmed those last clips, so I thought I'd just give you a quick garden update. So there's actually been quite a few things going on with the garden. The windows are an absolute mess, so apologies if you can't actually see very well, but we had people around to remove the tree stumps, and I think they were using some sort of grinder, so they ground the stumps right down and it looked really neat and it was all fine. But Louis actually dug down a little bit after the garden people had been. He dug just at the front here just to make sure the proper root of the stumps was gone, and some of the roots are still there, so we've had to get in touch with the lads and ask them to come back and properly remove the stumps, especially the ones right at the front where the extension will actually be. The extension will probably go to maybe just about where that grass starts, maybe it's just after, so it's not going to be a massive extension. It's 2 meters out the back, but the architect said to remove at least 4 meters of stumps, so that's where we're at with that. We've still got a massive pile of all of the conifers still left, so Louis has done quite a few tip runs and filled his car up, but obviously he can't really fit much in his car, So that's something that I think he is just going to continue gradually chipping away at. Luckily he works just near to where our tip is, so if he fills his car up every day, you have to book a slot at the tip now since COVID. So if he books a slot for the same time every day and goes on his way home from work or on his way to work, then it should gradually reduce over a few weeks. But I mean, that job isn't as urgent as the stumps. The stumps do need to be out straight away. Really, we've got until the beginning of June when the extension starts to actually get rid of all this, but obviously there's a lot of it, so we need to make sure that we're getting rid of all of that. So yeah, that's where we're at. The garden was looking a little bit nicer for a day, and then Louis has obviously had to dig. So he's actually said to the lads that came and ground all of the stumps down, Louis said that he would dig the stumps out himself, or like dig around the stumps, so that when the lads come they can actually see exactly what it is that we need removing. So that's what Louis done down there. I don't really know how well you can see that there, so it's all of that along there where Louis dug that we need the stumps removing from. I don't really know how well you can see it because it's such a nice day. The weather's been so nice over the weekend. So yeah, Louis has dug, I think he's dug at about 4 metres back because that's what the architect said. So hopefully the lads will be able to come back this week really, because that is quite an urgent job. The architect did say ideally that you're supposed to have any tree stumps removed a year prior to starting an extension, and obviously ours is starting in June and it's currently nearly the end of March, so that is a job that needs prioritising. But Louis been in touch with the lads, so hopefully they'll be back this week, and yeah, that is where we're at with the garden.